Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Naps, aka Ebony Prince, aka Otis Drew, aka Baby Dick Curry, aka Naps. And today I have some Red Dead 2 gameplay. And just a quick reminder, always go to your horse and get your weapons before you start anything, dude. That is my one big problem with this game. I just don't like how I have to always go to my horse and like equip weapons and stuff like that. It's a bitch. But I like it at the same time. But enough about that. I'm gonna be telling you guys a story about my time running from the cops, man. So this is a wicked story, man. Honestly, this is like one of my favorite ones, like from out of my whole life, man. Because like this was like it just screams adolescence. It really does, man. But so basically, my friends and I we found out this party a couple towns over, and it was kind of weird because I don't know how, because like we don't know any of these kids from this town at all. So it was kind of interesting how we got wind of this party. So basically it was the four of us in the car, and we were driving over, and we were just chilling and stuff like that. We were just like smoking, and so when we get to the party, essentially, I'll just skip to that, I'll get right to it. We like didn't know how many people were gonna be there, what it was gonna be like it was very strange because I thought this town was kind of like run down and shit like that, like no prejudges and everything. I thought it was like pretty shot, but I didn't know like they had like a decent development in there. So in this development, like to get a span of how many people were there, like just like picture like your whole like high school like parking lot, like think of that many cars at a house. Basically, like it was lined on this street, like it was mental, like it was just lined on the street. And then like basically like we took this left up the street, and like there was more cars lined up the street in this cul-de-sac. It was crazy. So it was very confusing to like locate the party because like there was so many cars there, so you couldn't really tell where the like location was, but you just heard so much noise. It was like it was fucked. It was actually fucked. So after my friends and I were like walking down and stuff, we met this group of kids, and we were just like, yo, what's up, like how you guys doing, like you guys know where the party is? And they were like, yeah, yo, follow us, it's down here and shit like that. And we were talking shit like that. And it was funny because two of my friends have the same name, and this other kid in their group that was like walking us down was like the same name as them. So it was kind of funny because like the whole night they were just like talking, they like screaming their name out, and like their boy would just like point his finger out, you see his hand out in the crowd, and just to be like crazy because he'd be like, yo, what's good? You know, it was wild. But so you're walking down there, and we walk down to the supposed entrance because this is the crazy part. This was like the part that blew my mind. The driveway to this house was extremely long, dude. Like it was like kind of deep, not deep in the woods per se, but like the other houses were closer to the woods, or the closer to the road I should say, while this house was like kind of deep in its own little wooded area. So it was like kind of nice and secluded, which was like pretty dope, like if you were the homeowner, you know. So but it was like a bitch because like when you wanted to go back to your car and like go smoke or bring a girl back or some shit like that, it was a trek. It really was. But basically we got down to the party, and we were walking down this hill, and it just gets louder and louder and louder, and I'm just like, holy shit, like this is like an actual like party, like this shit was crazy. So like it kind of opened up, and I could see like a group of people, and I was like, oh, it's not like too big. And then I see another people like shuffle by, and then like shuffle by, and like I walk in, and then like it opens up to their yard, and there's just like tons of fucking kids there, dude. Like it was crazy, dude. It was like the biggest party I've ever been to. It had been like 250 like plus people. It was dude, oh my god, it was so wild because like at one point we were walking around, and like I didn't even see this like when like I first walked in, but like I stumbled and I looked to my left, dude, and there's like a fucking basketball game going on outside. Like there's this tall ass dude like yunking on people, just like jamming, throwing down. Like it was crazy. Like he was doing like this pickup game like against these obviously like shittier kids, like, you know, who thought they were nice, and they just like, oh my god, he crossed the shit out of one guy and like sent him into the crowd, and people like pushed him back. It was actually really funny. Oh man, that was my alarm to my chicken. Oh god damn it. My goddamn chicken's in the oven right now. Chicken tenders, boy. Chicken tenders and fries. Classic meal. But yeah, oh my god, dude. Shout out to my horse, bro. I love this horse. I called it Domino, aka Dom from Gears of War. Dom! But yeah, let me get back to the story. So these kids were playing basketball and shit. just doing their thing. And me and my friends, we went to the pong table, and it was like set up on this like wooden like it wasn't like I don't call it 2x4. It was like a platform, like a. It was really thin though, like like they put it on two fucking like little barrels, and they just like held it up and then put the cups out there, because it was like an outdoor table, like it was like they're not getting like one of those like foldable, extendable tables with the legs and everything like that. But it was pretty intense, because like we got into like a really intense game, like me and my friend, one of the boys, and we got into like a deep game. Like, dude, we went to this guy like sudden double overtime and shit like that, and sudden death. And dude, like it was like and everyone was on the game. That was the thing. Like, I hate when beer pong was like everyone's on point, because then it's just like boring. Because like after the trash talk and shit like that, you're just like both like, I kind of just want to leave right now. Like, I got other shit to do. I don't want to stay here and like But like sometimes you get like in that zone, But I love getting in that zone. Dude, I love hog time. I should have thrown this guy on the tracks, dude. I really should have just ended his life. But nah, I'm a nice guy. I'll kill you. I bet Anthony Foreman. I bet. But we were getting to this intense game, and like double overtime, like that shit was so annoying. So we get out of that, and we started walking around again. And at this point, like one of my friends disappeared, and he was like gone. And like we didn't really weren't concerned, because like at this point, like he wasn't even like drunk. He wasn't even really that burnt. Like he didn't even burn that much. Like he was fine. And all of a sudden, it's like we get there. Actually, let me just give you a time frame. We got there around maybe like 9:30, 10 o'clock. We didn't see him until like 11:30, 12. He just literally out of nowhere, just like, we were in the garage just chilling on this couch, and we were rolling up, and he just stumbles into the garage. He's like, yo, like he just like it's just so cocked, like out of his mind. And I was just like, dude, like, where have you been, bro? Like, we're about to roll up. You trying to like throw down or like get in on this? And he's like, yeah, dude, I'd love to. And I was like, sick, dude. And he was like, he stumbles over, and I'm just like, dude, like this kid must be like gone, like like he was just really shot. And I can't remember what he was trying to do, but I don't know how he did this, but he started talking to these two girls, dude, and like he kept trying to say their names over and over again, like to remember it. And he was just so drunk, so he just kept saying their names in mid conversation, like over and over again. And they were just like, yes, that's our name, like he was just so belligerent. And like basically like they just like brushed him off and shit like that, and he's like, all right, whatever. And I can't remember what he fucking did, dude. Like I think like there was a cup in his hand or her hand, and like he bumped into her, and it just splashed all over, dude. Oh, dude, she was so livid. She was like, what's wrong with you, you fucking drunk idiot? And she like pushed him, and we were like, oh shit. And Jake was like, oh, dude, my bad. And like he was like, I'm gonna get you some napkins. And like we went off and like to follow him and shit like that. And we were just like, dude, you good? Like, should we just like smoke this real quick and sober you up? And he was just like, no, I'm fine, bro. I'm good. And at this point, it was getting like really hectic. Like people were just like going, like people weren't going inside of the house, but it was like people were in the garage, people were like surrounding the house, like people were in the woods, bro. Like people were playing. It was like there's cars everywhere, dude. Like like it was crazy. And this is when it got kind of fucked, and I was like, oh shit. So we went out to go and smoke the blunt in my car, because we went and got I can't remember what we got something back from my car. I think we were either going to get some wraps or like a lighter or something like that. We had to go back to my car, and we wound up smoking it there. But we were going back, and we were walking down the driveway back down after we smoked it, and we were walking in, and people were just like, yo, we gotta leave, like the cops are here, we gotta go. And I was just like, what? Like we literally like just came down from the hill, like no way they're here, like this doesn't make any sense. And we had our friend, and he was like pretty well drunk, honestly. Like he couldn't even walk. We were like kind of like carrying him in between our arms and stuff like that. And we were just like kind of dragging him along, and like because like when we got him to the car and everything, he was fine. Like he was stumbling along, but he was fine. But like when we got out of the car, like he was just gone. He was just like, oh man, like we shouldn't have gave him the blunt, honestly. But he was like, we had him in between our arms. We're like, oh shit. So that fourth friend that came with us, like he just randomly appeared, because I guess he met up with some people that like just like came to the party or some shit like that. And like he was like, oh shit, we got to do this, like. And I was like, oh shit, like I don't know, man. Like, and essentially the cops were basically like kind of in between like everyone's cars and like the cul-de-sac. So I don't know how we finessed it, dude, but we ran behind a couple houses, because like obviously we have a drunk friend. Like we couldn't have him like get like, you know, sent to a drunk tank or anything like that. We didn't want to confront the cops. We had a ton of weed on us and shit like that. Like we reeked of bud. Like it was just a bad scenario. So we were like, because people were going up and just facing the cops and shit like that. Like some people were getting by and getting excused. I don't know what they were saying, but I was like, I don't fuck with the situation. I think I know how to handle it myself. And your boy did. So we ran behind these couple houses and we were kind of stumbling along, not trying to make a scene or make any noise or anything like that. And I had some weed in my pocket, and I was like, you know what, like, fuck it. I'm just to be safe, I'm just gonna ditch it. And it was only like 2 grams, not even, you know, it was nothing. So I ditched my bud, and like I'm running. So like we run up to my car and everything like that. And like at this point, I had a little bit to drink, but my the fourth friend, like literally stone cold sober. Thank God. He disappeared on us, but thank God. Dude, so he gets in the car, he starts driving, and like my car is a little like has a little pep to it, so like he starts up my car and he like skirts up a little bit, like he's like "Wah!" And like kind of whips around, makes a little scene, like so people look at us, and like he gets in line, and basically the police officers were like off to the right, like scanning everybody, and like I said, we parked in this cul-de-sac off to the left, so like you could keep continuing like down the street, like so we went and took a left, and we passed by so many more cars, and then like the cars just stopped, and we got to this road, and it like took a right, and then there's a left, so we like I just did the opposite hand motions with my hands. I was like, I pointed left to go right and right to go left. Okay, but basically it was like a left and a right, and we went left, and I don't know, someone said, like, I wasn't in the back seat, I was in the front seat with the driver just to make sure like everything was good, but someone was like, yo dude, the cops are coming after us, and I was like, I looked behind us, I was like, yo, go left, like just go left and shit like that, and then like there was another like it was like left and right, and I just took like another right, so like we were just like zigzagging like in between these like back roads and shit like that. So like we didn't even know where we were, so, and we had like no service too, so we finally got to a main road, and like I remember I got service and stuff. I was like, oh shit, sweet. So I went and I pointed us to the highway, because like once you get to the highway, we basically all know where we're going, you know. In CT, like once you get to a highway, you're golden essentially. But we got to the highway, we headed back home, we went to a McDonald's, dude. Oh my goodness, this is where it gets even more fucked. Went to McDonald's. My friend that was super sauced, he threw up in my car. He did roll down the window, but he got a little bit on the interior, not too much, but he threw up on my window a little bit. And so we went to McDonald's to go get some napkins and shit like that. So we got the napkins, and I don't know what happened, bro. I was stuck with my drunk friend, like supervising him clean my car, because I was like, nah, fuck you, bro, clean my car. Like you're there, so you know, like clean my fucking car, bro. Don't be a weenie. So he goes and he cleans the car, and we see another cop, like a cop from our town, pull up, and it was really weird, because like the other 2 friends of mine, they just ditched, they just ran for no reason, like no reason at all, just ran. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And so like the cop starts like circling around and like kind of like going their way, and like I took my drunk friend and I was like, yeah, let's just like go over here and shit like that. And we went and we chilled, and he's like, I gotta take a piss. And so like we pissed behind this like building real quick, and then went back to my car and cleaned it off. And like I called my friend and I was like, dude, why'd you guys dip? And he's like, I don't know, man, that cop just came up and it was real sus. And I was like, all right, bro, like where are you right now? Is he behind you or anything? He's like, nah, bro, we're like chilling. And they're like literally like a mile down the road. And I was like, how the fuck did you get there in like literally like 2 minutes? What the fuck? Like 2-3 minutes, they got a mile down the road. But hey, after that, I picked them up, we dropped everyone off. It was a hell of a fucking night, to be honest. Really crazy, but super dope. Honestly, one of my favorite stories. I ran out of gameplay. I'm just gonna throw something up, I don't know, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys liked the story. If you did, leave a like. See you in the next one. Peace.